Precious Balogun, you are hereby sentenced to 12 years imprisonment for conspiracy to commit medical fraud, manslaughter, and obtaining money under false pretenses.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for her to die. You killed my child for 300,000 naira. 12 years is not enough.
But how did we get here? How did 4 best friends become 3 survivors and 1 convicted killer? Let me take you back. In the busy streets of Port Harcourt, Rivers State, 4 girls grew up together as best friends. Blessing Okafor, Eunice Amadi, Favor Onuanko, and Precious Balogun. They did everything together. Same secondary school, same church, same neighborhood in Remola. Inseparable since childhood. But they all shared one painful problem. They were extremely slim. Painfully, mockingly slim. And in Port Harcourt, where curves were worshipped like gold, being slim was social suicide. Every single day was torture. Walking past the junction near Remola Market, the boys would shout, make breeze no carry on a go. At parties in GRA, men looked right through them. One evening at Pleasure Park, Blessing tried to dance with a guy. He pushed her away. I know they dance with skeleton, I beg. Where your body? Everyone laughed. Blessing ran to the bathroom and cried. Online was worse. When Eunice posted a birthday photo on her TikTok, the comments were vicious. Sister, go chop food. You dey compete with hunger. Even JSS 1 girls get shape past you. Each comment was poison, slowly killing them. While her friends suffered in silence, Precious started doing research. Late night, scrolling Instagram, reading BBL reviews, joining secret Facebook groups where girls shared surgery experiences. She saw the transformations, flat to curvy, invisible to stunning. She found Elite Sculpting Clinic in Lekki, Lagos. The reviews were incredible. 5 stars, celebrity clients, professional surgeons. She called them. How much for BBL? 2 million naira ma. Full package, including consultation, surgery, aftercare, and follow-up. 2 million. It was expensive, but the results were worth it. She started saving immediately. For 2 years, Precious worked like a machine. Boutique job at Port Harcourt Shopping Mall, online sales, makeup gigs, every hustle possible. No parties, no luxuries, just saving. Every month and watching her balance grow. 200,000 naira, 500,000 naira, 1 million naira, 1.5 million naira, until finally 2 million naira. She called Elite Sculpting, I'm ready. She traveled to Lagos, told her friends she was visiting family. The surgery was perfect, professional, safe. 3 weeks recovery in Lekki. When she looked in the mirror, she cried. She was finally beautiful. She returned to Port Harcourt transformed, a whole CAKB. When Precious walked into their shawarma spot in Remo Kurishi, her friends screamed, Precious, what happened to you? She smiled, spinning. I did it. I got BBL. When? Where? Lagos, 3 weeks ago. I've been saving for 2 years. How much? Favor asked eagerly. Precious lied. 1 million naira. They gasped. 1 million? That's doable if we save together. Where in Lagos? Blessing asked excitedly. Precious could tell the truth. Elite Sculpting, 2 million. But if they all looked perfect, she wouldn't be special. Let me remember the name. I'll tell you later. She left. 3 days later, at Genesis Cinema, a man approached her. That's professional BBL work. Precious became defensive. I don't know what you're talking about. He smiled smoothly. Relax. I'm Dr. Kenneth Obi. I own Perfect Body Clinic in Eliozu. I can spot quality work. That's Lagos, right? Elite or Radiance. He handed her a card. I run affordable BBL in PH. 1,200,000. Plus I pay referral commissions. 100,000 naira each client. Precious's mind raced. But she told friends 1 million. 1.2 is too much. My friends expect 1 million. He raised an eyebrow. You already quoted a price. Yes, I said 1 million. He studied her face, smiled knowingly. You want to be the only pretty one. She looked away. Fine. 1 million per client. Commission stays at 100,000 naira each. 3 clients equals 300,000 naira for you. Deal? 300,000 naira. Serious money. Is it safe? Dr. Kenneth looked offended. Of course, I trained at top Lagos clinics. Your friends will have the same excellent results. 0 complications, I guarantee it. His confidence convinced her. Deal. That night, her phone buzzed. Blessing. Just added 100k to our surgery fund. Almost there. Eunice. Added 80k. Few more months. Favor. So excited. Doing this together. They were sacrificing everything. Precious held Dr. Kenneth's card. She could throw it away. Tell them the truth, right? But then another message came in. Blessing. At Precious, you are our hero. You proved it's possible. Precious stared at it. Then texted Dr. Kenneth, I have 3 clients for you. That moment was when she chose 300,000 naira over friendship. That moment, she signed Blessing's death warrant. What a life.
6 months later, the girls had saved enough. Precious, where's the clinic? Eunice asked. Perfect Body Clinic in Eliozu. They froze. What? Eliozu? That's PH. Blessing looked confused. PH? Favor was shocked. You said Lagos. Precious's heart pounded. I did do it in Lagos, but Dr. Kenneth just relocated to Port Harcourt few months ago. He opened here in Eliozu. Trust me, he's good. Eunice looked suspicious. Relocated? Why didn't you mention this? I only found out last week when I called him. Favor smiled. We don't even need to travel to Lagos? Exactly. Same doctor, same quality, right here. Blessing grinned. God is working things out. I can't wait. Precious forced a smile, guilt eating her. 1 million each? Eunice confirmed. Exactly. 2 weeks later, the 3 girls arrived at Perfect Body Clinic, but couldn't find Precious. Where's Precious? Maybe she's handling something at home. She'll check on us after. Dr. Kenneth greeted them warmly. You all are welcome. Ready to become the best versions of yourselves? They nodded excitedly. What they didn't know was that Dr. Kenneth was using substandard materials, cheap silicone, unsterilized equipment, dangerous shortcuts. Meanwhile, Precious sat at a spa in GRA. Bank alert, 300,000 naira credit. Kenneth Obi. Blood money. She stared at it, sick feelings spreading. But she pushed it down, ordered a bottle of champagne. They'd be fine. Dr. Kenneth promised me that. Recovery was supposed to take 2 weeks, but something was horribly wrong from the start. All 3 girls experienced extreme, unbearable pain. Their bodies were violently rejecting the materials, infections spreading like wildfire. 2 weeks after surgery, Eunice woke up with a 40-degree fever. Her incisions were swelling, turning dark purple, leaking thick pus. She rushed back to Perfect Body Clinic, terrified. Dr. Kenneth barely examined her before prescribing basic antibiotics. Just normal healing process. Give it time. But it wasn't. It was sepsis beginning. Within 3 days, Favor showed identical symptoms. Then, Blessing. All 3 desperately sick. They stopped trusting Dr. Kenneth and went to University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. The doctors were horrified. Who performed these surgeries? This is criminal medical butchery. The infections were life-threatening, materials were toxic, procedures catastrophically botched. They started treatment immediately, but treatment was extremely expensive. Families scrambled desperately, selling everything they owned, but it wasn't enough. Blessing's condition got worse by the day.
Week 3, after surgery, she couldn't keep food down. Week 4, her fever wouldn't break despite heavy medications. Week 5, she was rushed to ICU in critical condition. The infection had spread to her bloodstream, septic shock was setting in. Doctors fought desperately to save her life, but her body was shutting down system by system. 2 days before Blessing died, Eunice and Favor visited her in the ICU. She was barely conscious, tubes everywhere, machines beeping steadily. She gripped their hands weakly and whispered, "Promise me, if I don't make it, find out what went wrong. Make sure no other girl goes through this." "You are going to make it," Favor insisted desperately, tears streaming down her face. Blessing smiled weakly. "Just promise me." "We promise," they said together, sobbing. "We promise, Blessing." 2 days later, on a rainy Tuesday morning, Blessing Okafor died. Sepsis, multiple organ failure. Her mother was holding her hand when she took her last breath. Blessing was 23 years old. She never even got to enjoy her new body. At Mile 1 Cemetery, Blessing's mother collapsed at the graveside, screaming words that would haunt everyone present. "They killed my daughter. They murdered my only child." Eunice and Favor attended in wheelchairs, still fighting their own life-threatening infections. Precious stood far in the back, hidden behind sunglasses, crying, not just from grief, but from crushing, soul-destroying guilt. After the burial, Favor approached Precious. "Can I see your surgery scar?" Precious froze. "Why?" "It's ours are raised, thick. We wanted to compare with yours to see if ours will heal better." Precious's scar was tiny, professional, almost invisible, completely different from theirs. If they saw it, they'd know something was wrong. "I can't. It's still too painful to touch." "But it's been over 2 months." "I said no," Precious snapped harshly, then caught herself, softened her voice. "I'm sorry. I'm just really emotional about Blessing. This is too much. Another time?" Favor nodded slowly, suspiciously. "Okay, another time." Precious walked away quickly. That was too close. Way too close.
After the funeral, Eunice couldn't stop thinking about one thing. Precious got surgery from the same doctor, same clinic, but she has 0 complications while we're dying, and Blessing actually died? She called Perfect Body Clinic, pretending to be a potential client. "Hello, my friend Precious Balogun had amazing results with Dr. Kenneth. I'd like to book." The receptionist checked the system. "I'm sorry, ma, we have no record of anyone by that name." Eunice's blood ran cold. Precious had lied. Eunice hired a private investigator, 60,000 naira she could barely afford. 2 weeks later, the full report came via email. Eunice sat in her hospital bed, laptop open, hands shaking as she clicked the file. Bank statement appeared. Payment to Elite Sculpting Clinic, Lekki, Lagos, 2 million naira. Precious Balogun. Hotel receipts from Lekki dated months before their surgery. Medical records confirming Precious as a patient at Elite Sculpting. Then, the WhatsApp screenshots between Precious and Dr. Kenneth appeared on screen. Dr. Kenneth: "Your 3 friends confirmed for Saturday. 1 million each equals 300k commission for you total." Precious: "They don't suspect I actually did mine in Lagos for 2 million? Dr. Kenneth: "Not at all. They completely bought the 'I relocated to PH' story." Precious: "You're absolutely sure there won't be complications? I don't want problems." Dr. Kenneth: "Relax. I know what I'm doing. Just bring the clients. That's your only job."
Precious, okay, just make sure nobody ever mentions I wasn't actually your patient. Dr. Kenneth, your secret is 100% safe with me. Just keep sending clients my way. Eunice screamed. A raw, soul-shattering scream that brought nurses running from down the hallway. She stared at the glowing proof on her screen. Precious had lied about everything. The Lagos clinic, the relocation story, the price. All lies. She'd sold them to a butcher for 300,000 naira. Sold Blessing to her death. Eunice called Favor, voice shaking with rage and grief. I found everything. Precious killed Blessing for money, and I have all the proof we need. They set the trap carefully. Invited Precious to Bole Festival at Pleasure Park. We need to talk, Eunice had said warmly on the phone, about Blessing, about healing together, about moving forward. When Precious arrived looking nervous, they sat at a quiet table. Eunice slid her phone across the table without a word. The WhatsApp screenshots filled the entire screen. Precious stared at them. All color drained from her face. Her hands started shaking uncontrollably. How did you... Does it even matter? Eunice's voice was ice cold. You lied about everything. You did yours in Lagos for 2 million naira. Then you got paid 300,000 to send us to a butcher. The doctor never relocated. That was all a lie. Blessing is dead. Favor slammed the table. For 300,000 naira? Precious broke down completely, sobbing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know anyone would die. I swear I didn't. We don't care about your excuses, Eunice cut her off coldly. She pulled out a second phone. This entire conversation has been recorded, every word. And these screenshots, they're going to the police first thing tomorrow morning, to the medical board, to every blog and news outlet in Nigeria. Precious's eyes went wide with terror. Please, please don't do this. I'll pay for all your treatments, every kobo. I'll do anything, please. You should have thought about that, Favor said coldly, standing up. Before you sold us for money, before you killed Blessing. They walked away without looking back, leaving Precious alone at the table, sobbing, knowing her entire world was about to explode. The next morning, Port Harcourt and then all of Nigeria woke up to a video that broke the internet, titled, The Girl Who Killed Her Best Friend for 300,000 naira. It showed everything. Blessing's beautiful photos, smiling, alive, happy. The cheap clinic, the botched surgeries, the infections, the suffering. Then her death. Then the WhatsApp messages in crystal clear screenshots. Precious's own voice from the secret recording. They don't suspect anything. What if complications? Not your problem. Within hours, 3 million views across every platform. Hashtag Justice for Blessing trending #1 in Nigeria. At PHGist, this Precious girl is a demon. She sold her friends for 300k? Broken heart emoji. 78,000 retweets. At Lagos Babes, ladies, if your friend gets BBL and starts acting shady, run for your life. Red flag emoji. 156,000 likes. Precious's Instagram was flooded. Murderer, killer, Judas. Police moved fast. Raided Dr. Kenneth's clinic in Eliozu. Found evidence of 17 botched surgeries. Found Precious's payment records. Arrested both the same day. The trial was massive. Media everywhere. Protesters outside screaming for justice. Other victims came forward with horrific stories. The evidence was overwhelming. Dr. Kenneth Obi, 25 years imprisonment. Precious Balogun, 12 years imprisonment. Which brings us back to that courtroom. The sentencing, the screaming, Blessing's mother lunging forward, Precious being dragged away in handcuffs, still crying, still begging, and Eunice and Favor in the back row, silent, strong, victorious. Justice for Blessing. Eunice and Favor eventually made full recoveries after proper medical treatment funded by nationwide donations. they started the Blessing Okafor Foundation, traveling to schools across Rivers State, educating young girls about illegal cosmetic surgery and toxic beauty standards. They never spoke to Precious again, never visited her in prison, never responded to her letters begging for forgiveness. Some betrayals are simply unforgivable. Precious sits in prison now, 12 years stretching ahead of her, every single day thinking about the moment she chose 300,000 naira over friendship, the moment she chose greed over loyalty, the moment she killed Blessing.
That's the true story of 4 girls who just wanted to be beautiful, to be seen, to be valued. One who was willing to destroy the others to be the most beautiful, and it cost her everything. I have some questions for you. Do you think Precious deserves forgiveness after serving 12 years, or should she serve her full sentence? Would you have exposed your friend publicly or handled it privately? Have you ever discovered that someone you trusted completely was using you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And tell me, what country are you watching from? Let's see how global this community really is. You are watching Cherry Media 24, where African stories come to life and every tale carries a lesson that could save your life. If this story made you think twice about who you trust, hit that like button and subscribe, because trust me, the next story, you won't see it coming. Stay safe, stay smart, stay alert. This is Cherry Media 24.